Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gemma's Window for January 2020. If you have followed the calculations in the box below or on my website, gemmaswindow@gmail.com, and you have concluded that you are a power year number 9, you're at the right place. Yippee! If you are a power year 9, it means that the month of January is the month of 1 for you. Now, I'm just going to remind you, 9s, that you only have to calculate your power year number once. Every month your number will change, your monthly number, but I'm going to tell you what that is. So let's just review what those numbers mean, and then we're going to get to pulling some cards and discuss business, love, and then any question that you'd like. Okay? Okay. Now, if you are a power year number 9, 9 is the last number of your cycle. So it's going to be a year of endings for you. And I know that you know this. I know that you know this, but I just want to reassure you. You know, your gut feeling when you hear endings is that everybody panics. Everybody thinks, does that mean I'm dying? Does that mean somebody else is dying? Does that mean I'm losing my my relationship? No, it can, just like the death card, once in a while in the deck, can mean that, okay, there might be a death to deal with, but 9 out of 10 times it just means the final conclusion of a certain phase of your life, and things have to end so new beginnings can start next year for you. And in January you're in the month of new beginnings, and so it can be very exciting. It can be a very, very exciting to have time. This is when there's action, and 9 can be about, to retirement or even just planning your retirement. Anyway, 9 is also a very humanitarian number, so it can be a year where you're thinking more about others than you are about yourself. Now, 1 is the thing that's not obvious about 1, your month of January. The thing that's not obvious is that it may be a month where you have to stand apart from the popular opinion. It may be a month where you stand apart from others because you have got to get a point across, and enough is enough already, and you have to take a stand. That's something that's a little bit different about 1 that you wouldn't really think of. Now, the obvious things are, new beginnings, or maybe you have a new idea, or it's physically starting something new. Why don't we get down to it? You get the gist. And let's take a look. Let's take our first deck of cards here. Okay. And let's shuffle these bad boys. Here we go, 9s, okay? And we're going to take a look at 9s who have a job. For those of you who have a job, let's take a look at how you're doing. And maybe the cards will let us know how the company is doing or how you're perceived at work. And we're going to use our numbers to tweak the meanings of the cards, plus I read them clairvoyantly. And we're going to put all these things together, all right? Okay. It is a process, and over the years, I add this, and then I add that, and then I add this to make my readings more unique and more specific for my clients. Right now is a general reading, but I really do believe that those of you who need to hear certain information will hear certain information. So, at the workplace, 9s, for some of you, I'm seeing altercations or struggles going on. And And what I would do in a private reading, and I'm going to do it for you right now too, is I'm going to touch the cards and I want to get clairvoyant information for you because it's quite a jumble. Okay. I think that you come to a compromise with someone. So in the workplace, I feel like you may have gotten the blame for something, or you may have been held responsible for something that either you were not responsible for, or it wasn't just you who was responsible for it. And I feel like it may have something, maybe an order was wrong. Maybe you ordered something wrong. You ordered too many of this and not enough of that. But actually you ordered it correctly, and the person who took the order took it incorrectly. There's some kind of feathers ruffled, and a compromise is needed to be made. So you're in this month of new beginnings, and you may be reporting to someone new at work. You suddenly may be assigned a new manager, or you may be given a different group to head, or move to a different location within, I was just going to say the bank, and I don't know why, in the business. So I feel like there's some shuffling that's being done, and you may or may not feel that it's fair. Nonetheless, January is a new beginning for you, and then every month when we do our readings, we're going to see which way it's going. I will make one suggestion to you from the universe, nines, is that if you yourself have not made the changes that on your own that the universe wants for you in this lifetime, circumstances can arise in your life that make those changes for you. So when I'm in a tough spot in my life, I really do believe that everything happens because it's meant to happen, because one thing leads you to another thing, and maybe you're 5 steps away, but you're now 5 steps or 1 step closer to getting to where you're supposed to be and where you're going to be happy. I was just going to say that this is kind of funny. So suck it up and see where the chips fall, and they're going to fall for you. Let's shuffle these cards now, and let's look at nines who are looking for work, who are looking for a job or a job change. Okay. Okay. Nines, did you ever think about working for yourself? And take that statement or suggestion and make it fit into the parameters or guidelines of your life. And some of you right away just did it automatically. I have an example in my mind. I'm just trying to, I don't know why, I'm picturing a friend of mine, and he works from home, and he is extremely efficient, and he wins awards all the time. And I could just see him hearing this, something like this, and saying, well, if it's up to me to make changes, oh yeah, I'll make changes. This particular person and this particular person and this particular person, when I see their emails, I now read them towards the end of the day because I am sick and tired of their negativity and blah, 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 blah. It's that kind of a feeling. I feel like if you're looking for a job, even if you have a job, and this applies to you, but if you're looking for a job, or you're waiting for an offer, this is like cool it. Just cool it. Just chill out. Just figure out a way not to put so much pressure on yourself, because it's going to fall into place. I have a great card coming into being. You're in a great month of new beginnings, and the card coming into being is you very happily working by yourself, for yourself, or being your own motivator. It reminds me of that song from Pippin where they say, easy baby, you're on the right track. That's what I feel like this is that you have a lot going for you. You have a lot of nice resources and maybe references, people who like you. I feel like you don't have to exert yourself, nines, to be the leader. You can be a leader. You can blend in with the team, or you can work on your own. But I feel like this is headed towards you more working on your own. And it may even be the ending of working in an office and the beginning of working from home. Getting a job where you're working at home versus where you used to go to work every day. It's a very nice read. I will give you the really good news that I've saved for the end, is that where we find you is that it's the having it all card. So, I don't know why I just keep getting for you is that anybody who's looking for a job, I understand, or waiting for a response from an application, or waiting for an offer when they said they were going to call you last week. I understand. Anybody could worry or have a sense of urgency, but I'm just not getting it. I'm just not getting that that's where you need to be. It's going to work out for you. I feel like you're going to be more independent and working more independently. And I feel like you've got a lot going for you and a lot of good things in your life now and coming into fruition. So I feel like the reading says, why don't you sit back and enjoy it? And I know that's not easy, but I hope that some of you understand whatever the universe is trying to tell you for your own personal story. Let's shuffle these cards and let's look for love. Okay, we're in the year of endings. So let's see, nines. It could be the ending of being with someone non-committal. It could be the ending of that person being non-committal and finally making a commitment. It can be really good things. So let's take a look. Nines. We're in the year of 9. We're looking. No, we're not looking for love. We have love. We just want to know, how is it going, or where's it going? I'm going to have to do something for you, nines, that I don't usually do, but I think I'm going to have to here. I have you coming, at least some of you, even if it's one of you, it's the person who's meant to hear this. A very tumultuous time, a very upsetting time in the relationship, or maybe it was just an upsetting time on your end. Maybe something happened where you didn't know if you should stay or you should go, but I do have things are getting better. I feel like you do have another hurdle to get over, but that's going to wrap up. That hurdle's going to wrap up. And then I find you being so judgmental and hard on yourself. And I'm wondering, somehow, when the dust starts to settle and you start to see a light at the end of the tunnel for whatever the issue is, let me give you an example. You've been trying to get pregnant with your spouse. You've been working so hard and trying so hard for either you or your spouse or whomever to have a baby. Now There's a very good chance that someone's going to get pregnant in the relationship, or the adoption's going to come through, or whatever, and you suddenly have an epiphany that you want to change careers. So it's the worst possible time, to start a family. Oh my God, but how do you tell the spouse that? So you're being so hard on yourself, and you're not going to tell the spouse that. But let me just say, okay, you're in this year of endings, and you're facing a new beginning. So there's something that you're going to have to face and figure out a way to explain to your spouse that something is not staying the same in the relationship, and try to take it easy on yourself, because things change. You've changed. Something's changed, and you have to explain it to your loved one. Now, I'm hearing you saying, well, wait a minute, I'm fine. I don't know of anything. Do you think it can be them? Do you think it can be them? I will tell you, Nines, generally, when I'm doing a reading, I'm doing a reading for you. And how you are going to respond to things, and how you are going to feel about things. And the only thing I would suggest, if it's the other person, is that you may just take things more seriously than they meant, or think this is the end of the world. What do they mean that they want to change? Blah blah blah. That's the only thing that I would suggest to you that it could be. I do think that the reading is for you, and I think that you've got to be honest in this month of January. You don't have to do anything, but the suggestion is that you have to be honest, or think of a way of how you're going to finally handle this issue that you're not going to live with, or that's going to change in your life. Gosh, I'd love to know what those circumstances are. Okay, Nines, let's take a look for those of you looking for love. You're looking for love. You're looking for being single to end, for God's sakes. No, I'm kidding. That's just an example. Let's take a look for Nines who are looking for a relationship or love. Oh boy. Okay. So you're in this year of endings, but you've got a month of a new beginning, or a seed being planted, or something new coming along. And I feel like what's going on here is that either you've ended a relationship, or tried to end communications with someone. You may gently let them back into the picture because there's nothing else going on. Or you have ended something with someone, and you gently let someone else into the picture that's new, that you aren't maybe so nuts about or crazy about, but you're like, hey, I got nothing else going on, or whatever, I'll give it a chance. Or my friend says that she knows of this person and how kind they are and how nice they are. But I feel like just when you have those first hellos, or that first date, boom, a whole new change comes your way. A whole new change, a whole new positive opportunity or positive offer or something, or someone new completely turns your head. Now, I say it could be someone new, or it could be something new because of the card. It's because of the card. It's good news coming your way. So you might say, well, okay, maybe I'll go out with this person again because they were okay. And maybe as I get to know them, I'll like them better. And then boom, a relocation comes for work, and you're like, bye-bye. And off you go. And you're so excited that you've got this new opportunity. So I feel like things are moving kind of slow on the love front. with someone new or bringing somebody old back into the picture, but then something new and wonderful turns your head all the way around. And can that be a whole new person? Yes. Can that be a whole new job? Yes. There's a newness to it. I don't know exactly what it is, but that where you started is with someone is not where you're going to end. Okay, my nines. If you would be so kind as to think of a question, any question at all, any question that comes into mind. You can ask again about love. You can ask again about business. And the more specific your question is, the more specific my answer will be. You will just tweak my words, just don't change the outcome, and make my words answer your question. So here we go. Any question? You've got it? You got your specific question, nines? Once again, I have this card for you. It's a dissatisfaction card. It's a card where you're like, ooh, you're just, you're uneasy. You're just feeling like things could be better. Why aren't things better? And yet, prior to that card, I have the same exact card and from a different deck that I just had before, and it's good news and change is coming your way. So, a blessing in disguise. We're getting a little bit more information about you, nines. You're in a year of endings. Things are meant to be shifted. This is a big year. It's a big year. It's the last year of your cycle, and things are meant to be ending and changing form and changing color for you. And you're feeling a little uneasy. There's either you're hearing whispers of change or the change has already happened and you're feeling uneasy and discontent and unsettled about, ooh, how's this going to go? And let me throw an example your way. There might be a new boss coming on board at work, or a takeover, or the company may relocate, or the company may be joining forces with someone else. That's just an example. Or let's say you've been looking for a new home, and your lover says, well, look, why don't we live at my parents' house for a year? Let's save money, and then we'll move forward when we have enough and buy something for us. Instead of, this living separately. So it's bittersweet. It's like, well, God, I'd love to know that I don't have to live alone anymore and take care of the place by myself anymore, or we're both living at our parents, and or we're both living in apartments and we're both paying rents or whatever, but I'm a little uncomfortable with, do I really want to live at the parents' house? Kind of thing. But then the ultimate card really is that through these changes, a wonderful source comes your way of information, of support. I don't know if it's a person. I don't know if it's a website you found. I don't know exactly what it is. But it's a wonderful source of support for you that you'll be like, oh my God, okay. So this may not be forever, this discomfort, and I really am working towards a better tomorrow. That's what comes to my mind. Nines, thank you so much for joining Jemma's Window today. If you'd like to know more about me, please hop onto my website, gemmaswindow@gmail.com. And on there, you'll find out about more of what I do. If you'd like to contact me, you can. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you. Thanks, Nine. Talk to you in February when you're in month number 2. Bye for now.